With his family threatened, Negan is forced to become the monster he once was. As Manhattan erupts into brutal conflict, fragile alliances shatter. Welcome to NewPod. The recap starts now. A year after Season 1, we find Maggie and Negan on opposite sides in Manhattan, which has turned into a real battlefield. But the most shocking twist is that Negan is a captive of the Dama and the Croat. To force him to revert to the monster he once was, the Dama outright threatens Annie and Joshua, his family. It's a truly chilling thought. And then, things really kick off. In front of all the gang leaders, Negan grabs his iconic bat, Lucille, and puts on a terrifying display of power. He unites the factions under his command. It's scary to see him back in that role, but you can't help but be hooked. Meanwhile, Maggie gets roped into New Babylon's expedition, even though she really doesn't want to. She has to cross Manhattan, which is even more dangerous than before, a maze of walkers and hostile groups. Her son, Herschel, is still traumatized from his kidnapping and starts questioning his mother's decisions. Meanwhile, Negan's playing a masterful double game. He's trying to convince the Croat he's loyal, all while manipulating other leaders to limit Dama's power. You can feel the tension building because an all-out war is inevitable and alliances are more fragile than ever. Maggie, who often works alone, considers a high-stakes alliance to prevent a bloodbath. Negan's schemes trigger a series of betrayals, and the Croat starts sensing something's off. The various armies converging promise an unbelievably brutal final showdown. This is it. Negan recreates that horrible eeny, meeny, miny, mo scene from The Walking Dead, but with a twist. He kills Bruegel in an incredibly brutal way, using methane. That's classic Negan, and I was glued to my screen, shocked by his renewed cruelty. Just as Negan's about to kill Armstrong, Maggie stabs him to stop him. But then comes the real shocker. Maggie discovers Ginny was bitten and turned into a walker. Unable to do it herself, she hands the knife to Negan. And he does it. Negan puts Ginny out of her misery, in one of the most gut-wrenching scenes of the entire series. I was tearing up. It was absolutely devastating. After all that, Maggie, Negan, and Armstrong realize they have to bury the hatchet against the threat of New Babylon. Maggie finally lets go of her revenge, and Negan, even though he's back to being a leader, refuses to fall back into his old cruel ways. The season ends on this tense note, with an impending war and a Season 3 that promises to be big. If you enjoyed this, a like and subscribe really helps the channel. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. See you soon on NewPod.